What's going on, everyone? Welcome to our 2021 race season recap. I'll talk about some of the places that we went, and I have a stack of payout envelopes here. We'll open them up and we'll see how much money I made racing this season. So I did 4 different classes at 7 different racetracks. I did Enduro, I did the Sportsman, 358 modified, and then I also tried out 1 big block series race, but I didn't make it in the race. But we went. That was at Can-Am. So I did 7 different racetracks, including Can-Am Speedway, Brockville, Ontario Speedway, Cornwall Speedway, Mohawk International Raceway, Airborne, Plattsburgh, New York Speedway, and Oswego Speedway. And I went down to Charlotte, the dirt track, Charlotte, North Carolina. So we did a little bit of traveling and had a good time everywhere as we went, and met new people all over the place. I just wanted to thank everybody for following along on the channel and for subscribing. Making this season pretty awesome, pretty exciting. Good news, the shirts came in. So I'm gonna post a link in the description, and that'll help you order your t-shirts. And there's limited supply of it. I still only ordered, I think, 50 or 60 shirts. So they're on limited supply, but you can get it through there. I'm gonna post the PayPal link through an email once we get the process started. Well, I want to thank the sponsors on my race car also. 6nsportingapparel.com, Kid Enterprise, Northern Landscapes, Equal Skies Media, 87.9 FM Galena, Rainbow Ribbons, Kevin Horn. Just thank everybody for stopping in and just giving me some money at the track. Different tracks that I went, that was awesome, and I appreciate it a lot, and the crew appreciates it a lot. It makes things a lot easier, and it's a very expensive hobby. And I know the video everybody wants to see is how much money that I spend racing. That's the one everybody wants to watch. But maybe next year, if we get 100,000 viewers or subscribers, then I'll do a video on how much I spent this year. But for now, we'll just do how much money that I make in next year. So you gotta make sure you click that subscribe button, and then follow along for next season too. We'll keep it exciting. 2021 was definitely a very positive year in my racing career. It was just a lot of fun, and getting to try some extra horsepower in the 358 class was awesome. And even trying out the big block race and pulling up alongside some of the big block drivers, and just what an awesome feeling. Some real speed in the modified class, and the driving was so good. Like, you could pull up beside them and you wouldn't even scratch your car. Both of my cars have the same bodies on it all season. I didn't wreck my car. I think I've only was hit a car once or twice, and I only had to buy 1 or 2 axles this year, which is pretty nice. But I'm still using the same bodies, and I think even the same bumpers and everything. So like, I kept my cars pretty clean, and I'm really happy about that. That's awesome for me. Get to have 2 fresh cars ready for next year. So next year, I think I'm going to, I definitely have to pull the crate motor out of the Sportsman car. They're making me reseal it to run DIRTcar Sportsman. So I didn't max out my races, so I still can race Sportsman. I haven't decided what I want to do yet. It's still up in the air if I'm going to keep racing the Sportsman or jump full-time into 358s. The problem is that I don't have a racetrack near me that's on a reasonable night to race. I could race in Cornwall, but they race on Sundays, and it's hard to find a babysitter on Sunday nights, and because everybody has to go to work on Monday, so nobody wants to babysit at midnight on a work night. Plus the baby's got school, and it's just not really reasonable. So I was thinking about going to Brockville on Saturday nights and running the 358 there. Mohawk hasn't released no schedule or no indication of what they're gonna do. I imagine they're gonna keep it the same as this past season, because I think they did pretty well. So it's all up in the air. I have no commitments yet into what we're gonna do for next year. But even in the background, even in just my regular daily life, outside of racing, my business did pretty well in 2020, and it did okay in 2021. It really turned up a notch in 2020. I'm happy about that. In September, I did a music video for an artist in Ontario, Mena Hardy. So I have a music video up right now, and it's in the submission process for a Juno Award. It's I don't know if you know what that is. It's in Canada, it's a Canadian Music Award. So it's called the Junos. If I'm gonna post a link for that too, probably in the description or the comments or something. And click on the video, just give it a watch, check it out. I directed the film and I recorded everything and edited it, and it's up for a Juno, or it has an opportunity to make it into the Juno Awards. So for best music video of the year in Canada. So that's pretty awesome too. Like that was an awesome achievement for myself. I don't know if it's gonna make it in there or not, but just to be included in that group is pretty cool for me, and it would do a lot for my business. It would really pick my business up a lot, and if I was able to get in there. And the better my business does, and then the bigger my motors get, you know. So that's always a big help. But also, right around the same time in late September, I was able to gain full custody of my daughter. I've had her for 2 years now. Like she's lived with me since she was born, but just the past year, it's really been just me taking care of her. So in September, I was finally able to finish the court process in Quebec, which it took forever, and everything's in French, and I don't even speak French or nothing. So just to get that out of the way was that was another huge thing in my life. And I didn't really show it on the videos because I tried to keep the videos as much racing related as I could. But that was all stuff that was going on in the background that I never really posted, and there was a lot of action going on in my life throughout this whole 2021. I've, outside of racing, just had all kinds of stuff to deal with especially with family stuff. So that was I'm pretty happy that that's out of the way. It's still not really out of the clear with some of the issues that go to it, but at least it's one step closer to smoothing it out for me and making life a little bit easier. But so that's been an awesome year. But I do want to thank everybody for watching and subscribing, and I gotta thank Ruben for really turning me on to this YouTube thing and really helping with the social media stuff and promoting this race team more like a business, or just promoting it as a brand anyways. It definitely made things a lot more fun too, going to the races, and we're excited to make new videos, and I know you were excited to see what happened next. I was able to get 2 new cars this year, new to me anyways, new to me cars. And the first real race I had on the Sportsman was at Charlotte, and it was awesome. It was handled pretty good, and those are the best cars down in Charlotte. So it gives me confidence. I can't wait to see what it does here locally, maybe at Mohawk or wherever we're gonna go first. So I guess we'll go through some of the stuff, some of the recap of the video, I guess, or of the season. So we did 17 races in the Sportsman at Airborne, Cornwall, Mohawk, Charlotte, and our best finishes, we had 3 top 10 finishes, which was the best we did all year in the Sportsman, which is kind of a weak season. But out of the 17 races, I only missed 1 race where I didn't qualify in the Sportsman. My worst finish was a 23rd, and I think my average finish was about a 14th. Most of my races were at Mohawk, and the race that I missed in Airborne, I only missed it by 1 spot. So we were pretty close, we weren't real far off. It'd be different with this new car. I assume that we're going to be more in contention next year. Wherever I bring it to, we'll have more of a piece. The 358, we did 11 races with it and 1 big block race. So I feel like my 358, I had an awesome season in it. I'm super excited about everything that happened this year with the 358. So there was 4 races that I did not, no, there was 5 races I did not qualify for. My first race at Can-Am, in the big block class with 40 cars, I missed it by 1 spot. And the only reason that I missed the spot was because of the provisionals. So I had to get into 26 spots, and they gave up 4 provisionals, which I wasn't eligible for. So I only missed it by 1 spot. If there was no provisionals, I would have made it in. Brockville had a rescheduled race. So we actually qualified for that race, and it's going to be this coming spring. So we're qualified for the 100 lapper. That was for the DIRTcar series finale. They rescheduled it to the spring. So I don't know how that's going to work out. It's probably just going to be a regular show now. But it'll probably be 100 laps again. The Cornwall race, the only time I went to Cornwall was on Father's Day. It was a 2-day weekend. It was the first weekend they started racing after COVID, after the government lifted the Canadian restrictions. So I went there with the Sportsman on Saturday night, and then the modified on Sunday. On that Sunday, they told me that they were going to count the points from the night before. They were going to start their points on that first night. So it kicked me right out of any chance of racing for points at Cornwall. I wish I would have known right away that they were going to start the points right away. I could have stuck with that, but it is what it is. It worked out okay, I guess. I went to Can-Am for the DIRTcar show, and I didn't qualify. Another one, I missed it by 1 spot. And then it was because of the provisionals. So 4 cars, or actually they took 5 cars from that one that got provisionals. It was, and they were all behind me. I beat all those cars, and they got to start the race. But the provisional thing is something that DIRTcar does, and I don't know, it kind of sucked. I guess it wouldn't suck if I was eligible for it, but. So that kind of, that screwed me over a little bit. To miss it by 1 spot and then have to go home after that. I didn't make it into Super Dirt Week for the 150. Did not qualify. So at Mohawk, my first ever race, I finished 29th in 358 modified. I raced my way into the show through the Consi, I think. I think I ended up finishing 2nd in the Consi. I had to finish 4th or better. And so making it into that was just awesome. It took a little while to get into the show. I was happy about that. Brockville, at the end of the season, I finished 22nd in Brockville. I didn't go there all year. That was with the modified. I think I finished a lap down. But we went green for 55 laps, and that was awesome. I didn't get a scratch on my car then either. MIR, I started really picking up after the 2nd race. MIR, I finished 20th. I ended up hitting, a car came down from the top side and hit me, and it broke my rear end. He just chopped me and had nowhere to go. It ended up breaking his car too, so I ended up finishing ahead of the car that hit me. The next race at Mohawk, I finished 17th, and that was my first finish, and I think I only went 1 lap down. That was my first full 60 or 75 laps. I forget what it was, but that was my first full race in 358 where I got to finish. So 17th place was pretty awesome for me. And then the DIRTcar series race at Mohawk, the 358 series, I ended up with a 14th place finish. And that was just awesome. Another awesome race. And I actually finished 4th in my heat, and I got to go to the redraw. So I had a chance at starting on the front row if I would have pulled a good number, but I ended up pulling 11 or 12 or something. And that was pretty alright. And I ended up finishing on the lead lap in that feature. So I finished 14th as my best finish in the modified. So overall, a great year. I'm really happy about that kind of finish for that. And I did one enduro race. We did the 50 lap in Ironman Enduro at Mohawk International Raceway. It's my favorite race of the year. Like, enduro is my favorite. There isn't no better. There's nothing quite like a good time like that. They water the track, and it's just a good fun day of racing. Like, I wish they would throw another one in mid-season, a long distance enduro like that. It's pretty fun. So I guess we're gonna open up our pays and we're gonna count it all out. So in the Sportsman, I made $1,505 American and $150 Canadian in 17 races. And 1 did not qualify. Actually, 2 did not qualify because I broke apart during the heat in Cornwall on a Wednesday night show. And then the 358 in 11 races, I made $1,200, actually $1,225 American, $240 Canadian in 11 races. My total for the season, $2,730 US, $390 Canadian. So I just want to thank everybody for following along on the channel and riding with us. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, click that little bell to receive notifications when the next video is ready. And I'll keep posting some videos for you to follow along in the off season as I get ready for 2022. All right, peace out. Let's go.